is up, guys? Now I'm Ninja Comic, and right now we're just going to be talking about something which I am pissed about. I'm pissed off. Happens very rarely. I know I don't really get annoyed, but I am. I am significantly annoyed. So Iron Fist Season 2, for me, was a big improvement on Season 1. It was much better, a much more cohesive story. Characters had good development from all round. The whole cast put in much better performances. And now it's just come out and we've been told that the show has been cancelled. Netflix have cancelled it. Why? It was, honestly, on average, it was probably your second best IP. Daredevil is 100% your best set of Marvel shows. I'm not gonna argue with anyone on that. But after that, you have Jessica Jones, which Season 1 was my favourite season of Netflix TV, and Season 2 was utter garbage. Season 1 is still great. It's not really a season you want to rewatch. It's not something you want to rewatch, but it is, for me, good TV. Luke Cage Season 1 was okay. Luke Cage Season 2 was better, but it was just okay. So it was like okay all the way through, whereas Jessica Jones was phenomenal and then shit. This one was okay and then good. If you look at the first season and the hate it got, it's still publicity at the end of the day, and I know that the viewing figures for that were actually the highest show numbers out of all the shows apart from Daredevil Season 2 at that point. And everyone thought it was going to bomb and it was going to fail, and it actually did much better than what they thought. I would assume that Season 2 didn't do as well as Season 1 in that case, even though for me it was a better season, it was better TV and a better story. That must be the only reason, because I can't see why they'd cancel a show which has got significantly better unless the viewership was way down, because the hate for this season was much less than the first season. There was almost none comparatively. Actually, I like the Punisher as well. Punisher was decent, but it's only had one season. The Defenders got cancelled after one season as well. I think Disney might be having it with Netflix. Guys, I don't know if there's any type of petition. It happened with Lucifer, so you never know. Shit can happen. Disney is making their own streaming service, so they might make their own stuff with the character, but if there's a petition, I guess I'll sign it. If there is, send me one, I'll sign it, because it's just annoying that a character that I love so much got, you know, got a series, got a run, and it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. And the fact it's been cancelled now means we'll not see it potentially again, which is disheartening. I mean, the whole cast have made like goodbye videos and thank you messages and stuff like that to the crew, so I think it's done and it's over. I wish it wasn't, but really, seeing how Iron Fist Season 2 ended, it left on like the worst cliffhanger ever. Like, everyone who watched the season wants to know what happens next. Like, maybe they'll pick it up in like 6 months and be like, we're gonna do it and this is all a ploy, but it is crazy that with the way they ended it. If they thought that they might cancel the show, they shouldn't have left it on a cliffhanger like that. They should have tied the story up, because it is even more annoying now thinking about how they ended it, because I didn't like the way they ended the season, the last episode specifically, but even the ending itself, it was like, well, okay, I'm fine, but now they've cancelled it, it's even worse. While the series on Netflix has ended, the immortal Iron Fist will live on. That is a very odd statement. I'm just reading through a couple of articles about this. This one's on comicbook.com, and this is something that Disney put out. So Marvel and Netflix already put out statements, and now Disney have come out and put out another statement. That's a very vague statement, you know. I was a bit up in arms, but the way that Disney have worded that makes it feel like there could be more. That makes it feel like this is not maybe the end. As I said, Disney are doing their own streaming service in the next year, so maybe the show's ending on Netflix and they're gonna pick it up on their own service. That is a very open statement there. It really is. Companies word things specifically in a way for a reason, and they wouldn't have used those words, I don't think, if they weren't thinking about picking it up themselves. Right, so though the first season was not received well amongst fans, the second season received praise for its improvement in quality. It ended on a surprising note, with Henwick's character becoming the new Iron Fist, while Danny went on a quest to track down the other immortal weapons, which I thought was a different route to take, and I wasn't exactly happy with that direction, but I was okay with it. I think Finn Jones as Danny Rand could appear in other Netflix shows. The ones I probably see the most obvious are Daredevil or Luke Cage. I think Heroes for Hire could be just a show on its own where the two worlds come together, but I see him being able to go between shows maybe, whereas all the other characters might just be left, you know, with nothing, which is annoying because some of them really did grow a lot in this season. It leads me to think Netflix and Marvel don't have as good a relationship as we think, and Marvel are actually gonna pull all their stuff off of Netflix and just put it on their own service. That could be a really big hit for Netflix with all the Disney films, the Pixar films, the Marvel films, Star Wars, all those types of films are not going to be allowed to be shown on Netflix in the future, which will happen inevitably. But I thought that the Netflix shows might be an exception to that, but maybe it's not. Maybe, you know, in 2 or 3 years time, they're just going to pull all their Netflix shows off of Netflix. We're not going to make shows with you anymore. We're going to produce them ourselves on our own service. I'd buy that service, so they have an idea there. And I did hear a while ago that Marvel are looking to do a Scarlet Witch and Loki TV show. I don't know if that's together or if they're 2 separate TV shows, but on their streaming service as well. They're putting a lot of money into this service. I think they've waited too long for it. Better late than never, right? But I do think Netflix have just dominated and monopolized the streaming market at this point. So Disney at least has a brand with it and a name to start with, so it will have a better chance of being able to take up some market share. But it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. I'll buy the service as long as Disney don't do the thing which they said they were going to do, which is split up all their things. So they'll say, well, we'll have an animated service, we'll have a Star Wars service, and then we'll also have a Marvel service. I'm just like, if you're going to do that, I'm not going to buy the Star Wars service, I'm not going to buy the animated service, I'm just going to buy the Marvel service. So yeah, you know, don't get too greedy with the money. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, Iron Fist himself is gonna come after you. He is pissed. He is pissed. He will not have it, and you don't want that. You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been Ninja. Comment. You've been great, and I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.